2022, big year ahead. A lot of things happening, and I wanted to start off today on a very, very, very positive note. Positive note being that last 2 weeks, Omicron has spread like wildfire. I will not say has created havoc because it has not. It has just infected as many people as it can possibly infect for the sheer will for the virus to survive. Now, in the process, it's lost its pathogenicity, its ability to cause the disease. People are still stuck following protocols for Delta, what happened in the second wave, and I don't blame them because the fear was tremendous. And so were we initially when it started. But now, as 2 weeks have gone by, and we have numbers and numbers and numbers by hundreds and thousands coming positive, it is turning into a sort of the flu. This is all, for a lack of a better word, highly contagious, very less pathogenic, very less deadly, very less disease causing. Now, as the shift has taken from an extremely deadly disease to so far a very mild disease, there's a lot of confusion how to manage because people are still thinking of it as a very deadly disease, and hence the panic and hence the fear. Me being a pediatrician, out of our experience over the last 2 weeks, we're going to break it down very simply for you when it comes to approach of Omicron in children. Very simple approach. And mind you, most of the cases are Omicrons. Omicrons also are coming with their cousins and brothers and siblings like BA1, BA2, BA3, which are actually escaping tests. RT-PCRs are coming negative, rapid antigen tests are coming negative, positive, light lines, positive on the third day. So I would not rely strictly on the test, but with a common approach, thinking that if your child has fever, cough, cold, sore throat, symptoms of a regular flu, it is COVID unless proven otherwise. I would take it as COVID. So number one takeaway, do not test your child if your child has no symptoms. Oh, I have been exposed. Yesterday I met somebody who turned positive today. He played with 3 people or she played with 3 people who turned positive today. Doesn't make a difference. Eventually everybody is going to have met somebody or just bumped into somebody who's turned positive, and that's what's happening. So do not test your child if your child doesn't have symptoms. Number one. Number two, if your child has symptoms of cough, cold, fever, headache, take it as COVID. Very simple. The best medicine that is working for Omicron right now is symptomatic medicine. Paracetamol, ibuprofen if fevers are too high, antacids for vomiting, cyclopams, for stomachache, antispasmodics, and probiotics. Decongestants and cough syrups as and when they could. That is the only treatment required. Now 90% of your children will become okay in 2 to 3 days max. If there is high spiking fever for more than 48 hours, you see your pediatricians once 48 hours are over. The pediatrician will take a call whether he requires to do some tests or he doesn't. Does he require to add an antibiotic or he doesn't? Most of the times, we don't need to. They become okay in 2 to 3 days. The only thing here I want you to remember is still our most important population to be taken care of is the elderly. So masking, social distancing, and testing required most in the elderly. So far till now, Omicron is not even known to play havoc in them. So number one, I harp on first take-home message. Do not test your children if they do not have symptoms, period. If they have symptoms, treat symptoms for 2 days. If fever stays for more than 2 days, go see your pediatrician. Number 3, the quarantine period. Used to be 14 days before, now it's brought down to 7 to 10 days. I would take it as 48 hours of no fever. You're okay. Your child is okay. You do not need to retest to check if they're still positive or negative. So these are simple take-home messages. I want you to stick to them. I don't want you to panic. We've not had any admission so far because of this wave. The virus is frustrated, is dying to survive, is spreading like forest fire, but is not able to do any damage that we are worried about. Pediatric vaccinations are starting. Please go ahead. We encourage you to give all the vaccines. And on a lighter note, in the beginning of 2022, and this is my personal opinion only, I think this is the beginning of the end for the virus. Fingers crossed. Take care, guys, and have an amazing 2022.